Akwatia. Na fi budget and so media budget review. Enya na otwe and also issues are idun komo. Mamitio.
Yeah, I think I mentioned what here for. Namenka galamsey for the first time in the history of this country, 2024. That was the first time I go into a major election, sir. Na economy and leading the discussion or the conversation leading up to the elections. I thereby want take the center stage so far as I know election issues are related to galamsey. The devastating impact and the quite fast we had a situation UTAG declare strike over it, and several other institutions declare their intention to strike over some of these things. Ghana Medical Association issue statement, and several other outfitters. BI are very much concerned because we now had a level of degradation, environmental destruction, and some people were profiteering from those enterprises, and they didn't even see say I didn't wrong. And I know the sad aspect of it, and they say you sign Koswa China for because they have the finance. China as a communist state. My culture says when an individual come into your country and as a private company, but men never been say you are dealing with a private company. You are dealing with the whole communist state because state, state-owned enterprises. Everything you see, they are state-owned. So they send people out there. They have the backing. That is why a Chinese company can come here and engage in business. The amount of money signing hydro in the coin, you know, said the money was coming from the state, and that's for any private entity, those kind of stuff. So these people have a lot of money and agreed into for no attach and more goods to the sense saying so to extent and not say so yet to about we now amount for expect to say all of a sudden the situation will change. And I think that for now we had a level of distraction across over the years now. It's not something overnight, over 2 years I'll stop it. But I think that we have some of the mitigating effort that has been set in motion by government and I'm fast or more dealing with the situation to a certain extent. And I think that is quite commending because I'm making it quite clear. Said those your friend is saying community mining now man for use as a guide, and as a modest guy say at the year some of these things now completely it has been overhauled. And why I bet you will semi-cram legal license in the name of community mining today illegal, and those individuals have been banned from your friends engaging in any activities your friends are mining and proper procedures and omudi go so person we mine na maka say gold no form no we dan nipa betu enti the state will have to come out with systems your friends and share begu ho a you be make sure say people will do responsible mining any effect on the environment, because we cannot be mining in the water bodies or among for the chemicals, and as for some of the chemicals and among for using some are unregulated because your chemicals are better use the chemicals are in use. And some of these things are running into our river bodies. Fish and then as a form nipa descend be kwa kwesa neman and ensuo ne na sefonom. So I know the day you realize among 4 kidneys and me being at the hospital, I know say one of the major issues Okroma has to do with kidney disease and liver disease in this kind of way because of nema yedi ekwayem ne na sefonom. Unconsciously carbon but you are buying poison without even knowing, all because of some of these things. So I think that the fight must be very aggressive. It doesn't matter. Sa near way, you need this in your MPP. Now me, I don't care even if the vice president is doing it. As long as it is illegal, not a devastating impact on the life of the people of this country. No, government have no other option than to ensure, say, they adopt a radical approach just to ensure, say, you bet me too sad way. I say, na yes, no. Some people free so MPP for no move to NT and ya buy na ba yen so aduru so. That is the kind of nonsense that I think we must stop. And yes, na you give people free way. After the business to the best chance about your business. So the AC can this impact no any NDC, any MPP. At the end of the day, Ghana for them, and the various security agencies they are also doing. I think that there must be proper coordination before now. You saw a lot of task force and as for way sorry me free and some people who are not even supposed to be going there took advantage and they were even seizing gold and as for it's good said Abayama a central team said this team is responsible for making sure say they go run just to ensure that the proper things are done. Yes. I think that you see, we need to enhance this effort. Now your money very open, credible. Information must flow. Because I can tell you that one of the areas that are buying society pressure or power, now your energy.
Yes.
Another power sector has a bit stabilized.
Yes.
Now everything is shifting into this mining illegal to the energy sector and mining sector and that's the I think that you see on the other side there has been a lot of goodwill on the side of President Mahama because the economically things have picked up. Hope is once again back on UTA media review now. So now team said Nema as I say pick up. But you see, this is one side. The one where it will take away all the success because I had never akuma a Wagana for akuma. So I think it doesn't matter where Nipa no more no. Where their political affiliation, what alliances, the kind of association, for me, those things are inconsequential. The person who say we are able to protect your fancy forest and as a forum. And this is not mind-boggling. Say about Tenassi President to be a forest reserve. I to her. There is a reason why we call it forest reserve. No, Yama man for munko to gold. So the decision to block all these avenues now, because I'm sure some of the forest now forest reserve are now won't mean and go where mining, you know. People have been blocked from going into those mining areas and the BIA said the Mexicano say you're making sure that individuals na form you be prosecute or more amana serve as a deterrent. There will always be enough incentive for people to go into some of these areas. I think that the prosecution, you can't once this prosecution must be very visible. Sabi a man for who said people are going to jail for doing some of these things. What is the motivation for China and be free in the Kromamba? And they know say we are mrao kroma, I am ranich, so we are foreigner. You have no business dealing with your friend saying a small scale mining.
That's true.
Yet these people are doing. Do you know say your friend say the interior minister and soldier for 17 gold bars.
Yeah.
Estimation price about 1.7 billion. Your friend say $1 million. One commodity Burkina Faso in as for all these yes, all these things near my $1.7 million so and think security for a year vigilant and care. What I say a trial how lucrative this enterprise is. And me, I'm happy the gold board has come. And we see Adeba is a man for fun some track. That is why I think that communication is very, very important. You see, IMF Sikana Yakwaji who did for 3 good years.
Yeah.
Sasi kanuna win him the door. Na 3 billion.
Yeah.
The Samejamfi outfit, the gold board, within 6 months has generated $5 billion. Which is more than Sikana IMF. Munya say Montana ha munya say munya manfuadi munya say ansani amam 3 billion no. Within 6 months, this entity agency alone has generated $5 billion, which is more than the IMF they mine. What I say, and she say bia obi no how to do your things and so forth. Is one sector. Yeah, regulating it properly. A benefit you be and na yet high seeding in as for stabilizing thanks to some of these things because forex air flow in as a form. So we must not allow some of these foreign individuals in as a form. Say near my mind. So I think that the ecosono they need to ensure say you be make it system going very radical. Na any disincentive for beer uncle yes man because galamsey it doesn't matter baby agina then people will not allow, people will not agree because the impact and the destruction is so heavy. So I think the government will have to activate in the vigilance, no making sure agencies and institutions that are involved, because why I say with the clearly you could see that the motivation is that and I didn't think it's a police for and that is the that is the whole motivation of the country because people for no mood to so but this time the narrative is changing. We don't care whether you belong to NDC or MPP. The enemy say galamsey no stop it, and that is the commitment the whole Ghana for say we are stopping galamsey. Exactly what I say
because any man MPP before you
yes,
with a 2 person repeated
the same thing. So yan to abasa ye be swap individuals. Yeah, to abasa ye stop the negative way na echo. So I think people must bear. Na who said there are proper ways so person we are mining na obi and see we can go through the proper channels. Na you making sure say yeah. Na China for na say for no budget sa niema we nyina no. So e dey be ma foreign anya you find enough motivation so there was a time I mean video be in the middle of a forest and on Makoto filling station or Musha Mura no Mutu Galamsey. oh bia kura enim so omo hye ho. You see, these people will have a lot of motivation to do some of these things. I think, sir, I see I'm making a high risk venture. So going forward, I'm challenging, sir, prosecution should not be happening on the district level. Say a happen crana. We need to let people know, say, near my coso. Sabaya people who know, say, Absumasi Koye Galamsey or the prison. Man will send a loud message to people out there. And for me, if you're able to do some of these things, a bit I can't deny a building, because one of the best initiatives of President Mahama by what Teki has to do with say, or setting up this gold board, and the individuals cannot go out there and sell gold. Gold be a person Tombia must go through a central pool. That is the gold board now establishing. Gold board cotton gold na sikana own to be Jana Bontin or the bar, and the money goes straight to Bank of Ghana. So you have enough forest, and that is why now we have quite a your forex cost within this short period over by 11 billion and as a forma, which means 2.7 billion. That means that near Mashasea a pick up Nina and Coma Inina, Oko Portness yat near Masoko Tadi Yatswa. Impact in the piano.
And so, that port to cry story about how I said the man is almost the first half of this year. Okay. January to June, no. Yeah, export over $13 billion.
Yes.
Almost say a year over 56% higher than last year first half.
Yes, never koye and cocoa board or nano head numbers as compared to their cost. So all the agents near Mashasi, I'm telling Ghana for say we are not out of the woods yet, so there is no time to celebrate. But what two near team say near Mashasa within this short period. And let me come to the media budget review.
Before Obekono, Yamfa galamsey in the new update on is the Western Regional Police Commander, my friends is here now. I'm told on in the team a movie site was here. Okay. And the national security boss also call for reinforcement. Okay. So okay. I think reinforcement for police for says it's here now. On Hana clash of the what they say. Because galamseyers may be more than we see in here. More security men the situation is under control. Yeah, but I think from the national level.
I think that narrative go around the church there is this kind of disconnection among various security agencies.
And disconnection as per se because one, what from Babi Etino, you know information power. Okay. Enra, so for be meeting come or say na down for be nuanom no me galamsey ni bi. And that galamsey is telling them say the local security for no eto the bia operations be kono na obi akoma tip off. Okay. And it's a ABA IGP Accra National Security Coordinator Accra na opesi ehunu so no so ye adwuma say me mama adwuma na say mo ba akoma tip off
or to get the job done.
Some me so me mama microphone fi Accra ko operations.
So which means within the security there is a problem.
And now I think say the mining area no the minister also SF also no push security capos near say at least every 3 months be an
you change them. Yeah, that would be better.
Regional district ni na omunya reshuffle. All the mining districts in communities and regions you know. Anya sa party a to the be an nipa ho asem Canada.
Yes.
But what is
yeah. So I think say and now we are Ghana ni now to you see the signs once